You, any fear of flying?
I don't have any fear of flying. My sister does. I get nervous. I've had lots of weird experiences on flights. Lots of weird experiences on flights out of Colorado Springs. But I always think, I don't know, I always think of the science and math. I mean, I think, what are the odds? There's no, I mean, the odds of something happening, you know, I always think, you know, that way.
When you say weird experiences, what do you mean?
Oh, I'm often delayed in Colorado Springs due to weather. And again, I know it has nothing to do, but a lot of times I get delayed, you know, that way. And I think that's probably the majority of them. I've done flights through Denver where we can't get into Denver and we go down to Colorado Springs and we get stuck there because of weather. It's very odd. And so those little things can just make some people nervous. They make me more emotional. You know, it makes me more emotional than I think other people, but I have no fears.
Does it bring up memories of the crash?
I think part of me, just when we're stuck and you're just sitting there, you know, thinking, I look around at the people next to me and I think, what was my mom thinking about when everything happened? What was everybody thinking about when things happened? Did they know what was going on? You know, my guess is they didn't. My hope is that they knew nothing happened. That, you know, the crash occurred and they were just gone. But sometimes you just kind of look around and you think, is this it? You know, is this gonna, you know, this gonna be it? These people who are gonna to be with me at the end. And I don't think ever that she ever did that, but I see the pictures of the victims and I just think, was there a connection anywhere there? Did she talk at length about me to the person next to her? You know, you think about all these little things and then it's over, you know, and you're like, oh, and you forget about it. But, you know, to me, it's more emotional, not nerves.
Do you, what do you remember about that morning? Were you home? How did you find out about the crash?
I was at home. It was a Sunday, and I think I had slept in because I was babysitting. I babysat Saturday night, and so I woke up to the phone ringing. And the weird part was the phone rang at, literally 10 minutes after the crash. The phone rang, and it actually wasn't for me. It was for my mom's boyfriend. And it was a man. I still don't know who this man was, but he called to tell him that, because he was a radio news person. So he did the news on the radio. Called up to tell him, he goes, hey, there's been a small plane crash down south of Colorado Springs. I just want to let you know, we're going to start doing a story, you know, and call me as soon as possible. So I took the message and I went back to sleep. And as soon as my boyfriend got to the house, I woke up, I went downstairs, I'm like, I got a message. They want you to call them as soon as possible. There's been a plane crash. And he's like, I know. And I'm like, you know? And he goes, it's your mom's plane crash. And I said, no, it's a small plane. It's a small little plane. It's south of Colorado Springs. Mom's not coming home until tonight. So it's not her plane, you know, plane. And he's like, no, she changed her flight. She came home early. I just went to pick her up, and I think it's her flight. And I probably spent 15, 20 minutes trying to convince him it wasn't his. It wasn't, he was incorrect in that it wasn't her flight. And he wasn't 100% sure, but he was pretty sure. And after a while, I got scared. But it was very weird. Just the whole phone call almost immediately after it occurring and just everything kind of coming together.